how to book an appointment on the desktop app. So the easiest way that I've found is just to go to the day and to the therapist that you want to book under. So in this case, I'm going to book under Patricia, and I'm going to book at 9 a.m. So I just click on the 9 a.m. slot. It will give me the option to book an appointment. I click book an appointment. You can see steps 1 and 2 are done because I've selected the date and time and I've selected the staff. Then I'm going to search for a client. I'll search for the demo client. Now, then we say look for the service type. So in this case, it's going to be a 30-minute massage. And then after I've selected the service type, I then choose an asset. So I'm just going to choose the front room. Now, most of the time, you're going to hit book unpaid, in which case it just takes you, logs the booking on the calendar and takes you back to the calendar screen. Now, there are options where you select book and pay. If you press book and pay, that just takes you to the store where you can then add, products to the list of things that the customer wants to purchase along with that appointment. Now, once you have finished your appointment and you want to then pay, it is fairly easy to do so. You just go to this pencil icon over here. You click on the pencil icon. You click on the Pay Now option, and then you go to the tick. It gives you a pop-up that says, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And you say OK. It then takes you to the store, in which case, no matter which appointment that you book or you're trying to pay for, depending on the appointment, it'll show you a list of the actual appointment cost, which you can see here. It's the only thing with a massage picture on it, and it's got a drop-in rate for the rate of the massage. Then you've got all these other things that could potentially be of interest to the client. So they might be interested in Epsom salt, a physio cream, a Heal Thyself green tub, etc. So it just automatically shows you some things that might be relevant to the client. And if the client wants to buy one of them, you just add it to the list. So in this case, we're just going to add the drop-in rate to the cart. You can see over here that's been added to the cart, and the balance owed is updated. We're going to actually drop in a kefir drink, and then we're happy with that. Now, if a client comes in with a coupon code, you can enter your coupon code here. That's if we're running an ad or a promotion or anything like that. In this case, we're not doing either, so we'll just hit proceed to checkout. Button at the bottom right hand side. So we've hit proceed to checkout, and now we've got our payment options, right? So we've got the virtual terminal. Now, for those who haven't watched any of the videos, the virtual terminal is essentially like Stripe or an online payment processing system. So we will only use this though if we're unable to process a payment by the Suncorp terminal. So let us, here you would either enter the credit card details up there if you don't have the credit card details on file. If the credit card details on file, you'd hit fill form user profile, and the credit card details will automatically populate. You can then save payment to client profile, in which case when you open up the client profile next to do a virtual payment, the card will be there. So let's exit that. Now the other option is cash. That's obvious. You put in the amount that the client gave you. So in this case, if they gave you $80 and the total is 70, you've got to give them 10 change. That's fairly straightforward, right? We don't use check, so I'll just skip over that. Gift cards, if someone's purchasing via gift card, you put the gift card voucher number in there, and it will tell you whether it's valid or not. And if it is valid, you can proceed with the purchase. Note that the active gift cards in Symmetry and Acuity have been pushed over, but some of them aren't working, and I'm looking into why. And we'll let you know. The other option is to pay with Suncorp Terminal. Now, as you've seen in other videos, if you haven't watched them, once you to do a Suncorp Terminal payment, please enter the INV number which is found on your Suncorp receipt. If you look at where it says merchant receipt, and then 3 lines down on the right hand side there is an INV and then a 6-digit number. You need to enter that 6-digit number into this field. That allows us to reconcile the receipts with the transactions very quickly by running a report on the system and then just looking at the receipts, and we can quickly validate whether your invoice is correct, and it will also be useful for you as well. So and the last payment option is account. Now, what does that mean? So in this system, people can buy cash gift cards that they can then give to someone. So they can buy a $25 gift card, a $50 gift card, an $80 gift card, $75 gift card, and a $100 gift card. So obviously, if someone redeems one of those gift cards, well, they're going to have cash on their account. You see what that balance will be. If it's a $100 gift card, the cash balance will be $100. And in this case, you can then use the balance to pay for the transaction, and then you may need to split that payment over, the user's account, because that might only have $35 in it, right? And so the rest of it is going to be paid by the Suncorp Terminal, in which case you'll put the transaction there. So once you've entered your payment option, you'll notice that the complete button becomes highlighted. You click on the complete button. It then takes you to a screen where you can email the client. You'll have the option to untick to say don't email the client, or you'll have the option to leave that email receipt ticked. What that does is then sends the client a receipt. So I'm not going to do that now because that's just going to distort the accounting on the system. I don't want to do that. But essentially, that is how you book and pay for an appointment on the desktop version of the software.